Assalamu alaikum students. Now we are going to understand the method which is called method of separation of variable. We are going to use this method to solve the partial differential equations, and we have defined the syllabus which is consist of heat equation, wave equation and Laplace equation. So the general strategy for the method of separation of variable is very desirable to understand to solve these questions. And we are going to apply the same strategy on every question we are going to solve in rectangular coordinate system and then in curvilinear coordinate systems. So we start the method of separation of variable by assuming of solution. I call it assumption of solution. Here we assume that our solution, for example, if we are going to solve the heat equation which have two independent variables t and x, we assume that our solution is function of two independent variable, product of two independent variable x and t. This is our assumption of solution. Then we separate these two variables by using the constant of separation, and this gives us the two ordinary differential equations. So the second step is splitting the PDE into two ODEs. The reason is the ODE is simpler and easy to solve as compared to PDE. Then the boundary condition given in the question So the boundary condition we have been given in the original question depends on both of the variables, but when we split the partial differential equation into two separate ordinary differential equations, then we have to define the new boundary conditions. So third step will be defining new boundary conditions according to the variable. And the fourth step is we solve the ordinary differential equation for three cases of constant of separations. I am writing it like checking the solutions for three cases of lambda. This lambda is the constant of separation. Constant of separation. Then, since we have two differential equations, so first we solve one differential equation which depends on x for three cases of lambda. Since we have another variable, so we solve that equation. I call it t equation. and we find the general solution. In step number 7, we take the general solution and apply the superposition principle. And the general solution, when we apply the superposition principle, will be the correct general solution. And after that, we find the particular solution by using initial conditions. That is, we find the value of constants. I know that at this point it is difficult to understand the solution strategy, but when we solve one question completely, then when you compare that solution with the general strategy, then it will be easier for you to understand the steps and to repeat the same strategy for every question, whether it is a heat equation, whether it is the wave equation or the Laplace equation, especially in rectangular coordinate system, and then in curvilinear coordinate system, that is spherical coordinate system or the cylindrical coordinate systems. So I will define the superposition principle when we solve the question, and of course every step will be defined. So let's start the heat equation, and but before this it is good to solve some differential equations which are going to use in the question. So we have to solve it, and we will use the general solution of that equations. First of all, we need to know how to solve first order differential equation of the form t minus n lambda t, for example. We will encounter this kind of equation in the heat equation, and maybe at that time I will be able to write the result directly without solving it, but it is better to see the solution so you can confirm that what the solution is something like this. So we can write this in the derivative form. Also we can separate it. Like this, and if we integrate both sides, so since this is the constant, 9 lambda is the constant, and we will get the result So if we take exponential on both sides, then the log will cancel the exponential. We can separate the powers. This term is the constant term, and we can write this in the form of a. So this is the general solution of this equation. Okay, so this is the important differential equation we need to know how to solve. Now, in order to apply the method of separation of variable, we must know two important differential equations and their solutions. These are the second order homogeneous linear differential equation of the form these two important differential equations need to be understood before we apply it the method of separation of variable. So the general solutions depends on the value of lambda, whether the lambda is equal to 0, lambda is positive, or lambda is negative. So we have three general solutions as so what do we have here now? We don't know the value of lambda. So lambda could be 0, lambda could be positive, and lambda could be negative. So these are the solutions for three cases of lambda. When lambda is equal to 0, lambda is greater than 0, positive, and lambda is less than 0. These are the three cases here. Similarly, we have second differential equation. There is a difference between these two equations of the sign. This is minus, this is plus. So for the lambda is equal to 0, for this equation we have the same solutions as this equation, and for the positive value of lambda we put lambda is equal to k square plus k square, which is the positive value of lambda, and lambda is equal to minus k square, which is the negative value of lambda. So the solution would be like this. For example, the situation for this equation when lambda is equal to k square would be like x double dash plus lambda is equal to k square x is equal to 0. If we consider the value of lambda negative, the equation will take the form plus minus k square x is equal to 0, which is x minus k square x. When the equation takes the form x double prime minus k square x is equal to 0, then this solution will satisfy this equation. I did not solve these equations, but I will verify the solutions whether these solutions satisfy these differential equation or not. So we take one solution and we put in the equation and we see whether the solution satisfy the equation or not. We check this for this equation first. So for example, we have an equation like this, and we say that when lambda is equal to 0, this is the general solution. In order to verify the solution, we write the solution like, if lambda is equal to 0, equation will take the form x double dash is equal to 0. So we write the general solution first, which is ax plus b, and we take two derivatives of this equation and put in this equation, and this should satisfy the right hand side should equal to left hand side. So we take the first derivative, this becomes a, because the derivative of x would be 1 and the derivative of the constant is 0, so we have x prime is equal to a. If we take double derivative, then the derivative of the constant would be 0, and we put this value in this equation, and we see that at both sides we have the 0, which means that this is the solution of this differential equation when lambda is equal to 0. Now we check for the positive value of lambda, the second one. Case 2, when lambda is less than 0, lambda is greater than 0, positive value, and lambda is equal to, we substitute lambda as k square. When lambda is equal to k square, the equation will take the form now if we claim that this is the solution of this equation, then we write the general solution, we call it equation 1. We write the general solution as ae minus plus b exponential minus kx. Since we need double derivative of x here, we have to differentiate twice the solution, and we put it here, we put the value of x here, and this side should be 0 as right hand side. So we take the first derivative with respect to x. It would be constant, would be outside from the derivative. The derivative of the exponential would be this, and here we have b exponential kx into minus kx. This takes the form ae kx into kx minus b, or we can take the constant outside. Sorry, x would not be here. It would be only k remaining. Minus b k constant taken outside, and this would be minus kx. So this is the first derivative. Now we take the second derivative, or we take the, we differentiate again the above expression. We will get, because this is the constant, it will taken outside of the derivative, and this becomes kx into k minus b k exponential minus kx, and again it will be minus k. So this will become a k square exponential kx minus minus plus b k square exponential minus kx. So we will put the value of x double dash and value of x here in this equation 1. So we take the value of double derivative which we have found. X is the solution, so we put this value here, and this side should be equal to 0, because on the other side we have 0. So I write these two solutions here. Now we can substitute the values. When we substitute the values, in place of x prime we can write a k square exponential kx plus b k square exponential minus kx minus k square, and we have the solution a exponential kx plus b exponential minus kx, and this all things is equal to 0. Now if we simplify, we have a k square exponential kx plus b k square exponential minus kx minus a k square, we multiply k square inside, exponential kx minus plus minus b k square exponential minus kx is equal to 0. We see that these both are the same terms with opposite sign. This will cancel out each other, this will cancel out each other, and then we have 0 here. which means that indeed this is the solution of this differential equation when lambda is greater than 0. So we take the lambda is equal to k square. We take it k square here because we do not want the square root here. So if we put lambda here, then we will get the square root, because here we have lambda, so we will get square root of lambda in place of k, and here we get the minus of square root of lambda. In order to avoid this situation, we substitute lambda is equal to positive k square or lambda is equal to negative k square. Now we check this solution when the lambda has the negative value. So we have the same differential equation. And when we consider lambda less than 0, which means we take lambda is equal to minus k square, then if we put k square here in place of lambda, then the equation will take the form which will become this. Now we repeat the procedure. We need double derivative of x. We have the solution here. We will put the solution here. We will differentiate it twice and put the value here. So first we write the general solution, which is x is equal to a cos minus kx plus b sine minus kx. We will call this is equation 1 because it will modify it when lambda is equal to minus k square. So the equation will take the form like this. Now we verify. We first differentiated x prime is equal to a is a constant which will be taken outside of the derivative. Cos has the derivative of minus sine into minus kx, and then we have the derivative of this term minus kx, which will become minus k. Then we have plus b taken outside the derivative. We will take the derivative of sine, which will be cos of minus kx, and then we take the derivative of the angle, which is minus k. So x prime or first derivative will take the form. So this is minus, this become plus. So a sine a k minus sine into minus kx ak minus minus plus, so ak sine minus kx. Here we have minus sign here, so it will become minus b k cos minus kx. Now we differentiate again. We will get x double prime. A and k are constant. They will be taken outside of the derivative and will remain the same. Sine will have the derivative of cos x. So cos minus kx and the derivative of the angle, which is minus k. Then we have minus b and k will taken outside of the derivative. Cos has the derivative of minus sine into minus kx, and the derivative of minus kx would be minus k. So this minus and this minus will become plus, and we have x double prime as this minus minus plus, and this will become minus b k square sine minus kx. Now I write the solutions here. X is equal to a cos minus kx plus b sine minus kx. The double derivative has taken the form minus a k square cos minus kx minus b k square sine minus kx. Now we can put these values in equation 1. And equation 1 will take the form minus a k square cos minus kx minus b k square sine minus kx plus k square into a cos minus kx plus b sine minus kx is equal to 0. Now if we open the bracket here, then we will have the situation like minus a k square cos minus kx minus b k square sine minus kx plus a k square cos minus kx plus b k square sine minus kx is equal to 0. So we see that both terms are same with negative sign and positive sign, opposite signs. Here again we have the same terms with opposite sign, they will cancel out each other, and at the end the right hand side is equal to left hand side. And this is the way of verification of the solution, whether the solution satisfies the differential equation or not. And we have seen that these general solutions have satisfied this equation for the particular value of lambda when lambda is equal to 0, when lambda is equal to k square, and when lambda is equal to minus k square. So we take all three cases: when lambda is equal to 0, when lambda is greater than 0, and when lambda is less than 0. The reason we have chosen lambda is equal to k square or lambda is equal to minus k square is that we want to avoid the situation where we have square root with the x term in the exponential sign or in the cos and sine, because here we will have the negative square root of minus lambda, and here we again have the minus square root of lambda, and we don't want the square root of lambda with the cos and sine. So we substitute lambda is equal to k square and lambda is equal to minus k square. Now we will repeat this whole procedure for the next equation, which was x prime plus lambda kx. And we will see whether the solutions satisfy the differential equation or not. So when we have the situation when x prime plus lambda x is equal to 0, this differential equation has the same result when lambda is equal to 0, this is ax plus b. But when lambda is positive, then this will become, for lambda greater than 0, this is the cos and sine cos kx and b sine kx. And when lambda is equal to minus k, sorry, lambda greater than 0, or lambda, which is lambda greater than 0, and lambda is equal to minus k square, which means that lambda is less than 0, then this differential equation has a solution in the form of exponential. And it will be exponential minus kx plus b exponential kx. So this is the situation when we have changed the sign from minus to plus. The values, the solution will have been changed when we take the values of lambda greater than 0 and less than 0. Let's see whether these solutions satisfy the differential equation or not. So first we have lambda is equal to 0. We write the equation. When lambda is equal to 0, equation will take the form x double prime is equal to 0. We have the solution x is equal to ax plus b. We differentiate it twice. We differentiate it once, it will become a, because the different derivative with respect to x is 1 here and derivative of the constant is 0. So x prime is equal to a. We again differentiate the derivative of the constant, because a is a constant, will become 0. We put the value in equation 1, the modified form, and we see that the solution satisfies the differential equation for lambda is equal to 0. Alright. Now we see the second case. The second case is lambda is greater than 0, or lambda is equal to k square. When we put the lambda is equal to k square in the differential equation, it will take the form. We claim that at this condition, when lambda is positive, we have the solution like this. So we name the equation which has the modified form and we call it equation 1. We write the solution as a cos kx plus b sine kx. Now we have to differentiate it twice to put the value here. So when we differentiate first derivative would be, a would be constant taken outside of the derivative, cos has derivative minus sine kx, and then we have k here. Then we have b outside of the derivative of sine is cos kx, then we have k remaining here. We differentiate it twice, then we have, or first we write this is minus a k sine kx plus b k cos kx. Then we differentiate it again. We will get minus a k sine has derivative cos x into k plus b k cos has derivative minus sine into k. So the equation has taken the form minus a k square cos kx minus b k square sine kx. So we write both solutions here. X is equal to a cos kx plus b sine kx, x double prime is equal to minus a k square cos kx minus b k square sine kx. Now we can put these solutions in equation 1, and equation 1, which is this equation, will take the form it will become minus a k square cos kx minus b k square sine kx plus k square into the value of x is a cos kx plus b sine kx equal to 0. So when we multiply k square in the bracket, we get same terms with opposite signs, cos kx minus b k square sine kx plus a k square cos kx and minus plus b k square sine kx, which is equal to 0. Again we see that we have the same terms with opposite sign cancel out each other, and this left hand side is equal to right hand side, and this proves that indeed this is the solution for this differential equation when lambda has the positive value, which is k square. Now we verify the third solution. For which the value of lambda is less than 0 or lambda is equal to minus k square. When we substitute this value in the equation will modify it in the form plus minus k square x is equal to 0, which takes the form x double dash minus k square x is equal to 0. We name that equation as equation 1. Now we claim that this is the solution for this differential equation. We write the solution as like this. Now we differentiate it twice to get the value of x double prime. So first derivative would be a e minus kx into minus k plus b e kx into k, which takes the form minus a e minus kx plus b k e kx. Then we have the second derivative, which would become minus ak would be same e minus kx into minus k plus bk outside of the derivative e kx into k. So this minus minus would be plus. We have x double prime is equal to a k square e minus kx plus b k square e kx. We write both solutions here. And x double prime and now we put these solutions in equation 1. What will we get is AE minus AK square exponential minus KX plus BK square exponential KX minus K square. The value of solution X is A exponential minus Kx plus B exponential Kx is equal to 0. Open the bracket, multiply K square inside, we will get A K square exponential minus Kx plus B K square exponential Kx minus A K square exponential minus Kx plus B K square exponential Kx is equal to 0. So again, we have the situation where we have the same terms with opposite signs, will cancel out each other, and we have the 0 here, which is equal to the right hand side. This proves that indeed this is the solution of this differential equation when you took the lambda as a negative value or minus K square. So the solution of this differential equation will help us in the method of separation of variable. So now we are going to solve the heat equation, one dimensional heat equation, by the help of these equations. Thank you very much.